As the poet Zhen Zhaoyu once wrote, the Taipei Basin is like a cello in a case, with nearly one-third the population in Taiwan living here. With its booming economy, it is the political, economic, and cultural center of Taiwan. The Danshui River, flowing through the basin, is the third largest river in Taiwan. It brings together the Dahan River, Xindian River, and Jilong River, and the river basin covers 2,726 square kilometers, with a total length of 158.7 kilometers. However, the topology of the Taipei Basin is unique. Long tidal sections and low-lying terrain, coupled with the gourd-shaped basin outlet in Guandu, make it hard for high-rise river to drain during typhoon and flood seasons. When the tremendous amount of water comes from both the upstream rivers and urban watersheds, low-lying areas are often flooded, resulting in great loss of life and property. For this reason, the Guanshan Engineering Center was moved to the Banqiao District, New Taipei City in 1956. And after reorganization, the 10th River Management Office, Water Resources Agency, Ministry of Economic Affairs was established. The main jurisdiction of the office includes the watersheds of the Danshui, Dahan, Xindian, Jilong, Sansha, and Jingmei rivers. Administrative areas in the watersheds include Taipei City, New Taipei City, Taoyuan City, Jilong City, Hsinchu County, and Yilan County. The planning of overall flood defense for the Taipei area began in 1960. After long-term research, a recommended solution was proposed by the Water Resources Planning Committee, Ministry of Economic Affairs in 1973, and the implementation was approved in 1979. The protection standard is based on peak flow estimation with 200-year return period. The 19-year restoration project was divided into 3 phases and was completed in 1998. In addition to flood control plan of Taipei area, in order to enhance flood defense capacity, the 10th River Management Office, which is dedicated to the planning and management of the Danshui River, also promoted a Jilong River Management Plan, Jilong River Integral Management Plan, Yuansansi Flood Diversion Project, and River Sea Dike Renovation Project. Upholding the principles of watershed management, central and local governments have cooperated to carry out the integrated water regulations of the Danshui River following 5 strategies: detention, diversion, management, control, and mitigation. The feasible solution for each flood-prone area was planned and conducted with the consideration of total remediation and management for all the watersheds in the Danshui River system. From the aspect of flood detention, 2 upstream multifunctional reservoirs, Feitsui Reservoir and Sherman Reservoir, retain water during the dry season, as well as provide capacity for floodwater storage during typhoon and flood seasons, according to the rainfall forecast of the Central Weather Bureau. Thus, excess precipitation in watersheds can be retained in the reservoirs to effectively reduce water levels of downstream rivers for flood regulation. From the aspect of flood diversion, the Yuansansi flood diversion in Reigan New Village, Reifeng, is the biggest flood diversion channel in Southeast Asia. During typhoon and flood seasons, it can drain 81% of stream volume from the upstream of the Jilong River to the East China Sea, and thus reduce peak flood levels at the midstream and downstream areas. During dry seasons, it can maintain the natural base flow of the river and thus protect downstream ecosystems. Another important flood diversion project is the Erchong Flood Diversion Channel, which is 7.7 kilometers long and 450 meters wide, with area of 424 hectares. The Erchong Flood Diversion Channel is set at the entrance of the natural floodwater retention area at the confluence of the Dahan and Xindian rivers. It diverts floodwater to Guandu and then into the downstream Danshui River. This not only improves the flood control, but also reduces the load on the Danshui River at the Taipei Bridge section. The fixed weir at the entrance improves the flexibility so that low discharge can flow through the Taipei Bridge section to maintain the natural base flow of the Danshui River while preventing deposition. The original design purpose of the Erchong Flood Diversion Channel was to increase flood control. However, after planning and greenification by the central and local authorities, it became an environmentally friendly recreational area for the public. From the aspect of flood management, the focus is set on waterway dredging and removal of the 5 dump sites to provide the capacity of possible floods. Engineering methods are used to remove sand and rocks that might affect flood drainage and safety. The cross-section of the waterway is increased to ensure safety. Moreover, maintenance and regulation of floodplains is also an important part of flood management. Meanwhile, the 10th River Management Office has conducted flood control projects along the riversides of the Taipei metropolitan area. 103-kilometer dikes and 63-kilometer of bank protections have been built on both sides. Based on the concept of the best public service in every possible way, all the structures by the 10th River Management Office not only feature engineering consideration, but are also planted with versatile vegetation. Thus, a gardening-like floodplain during low-flow period provides the public a broad leisure space and enhances the waterfront landscape. However, safety is still the first priority to protect the lives and property of nearly 7 million people in the Taipei metropolitan area. Water gates and pumping stations have also been built along with dikes to meet the demand of the urban drainage system. In total, 1,897 water gates, 53 evacuation gates, and 180 pumping stations have been built in the jurisdiction of the 10th River Management Office. The total drainage rate is 3,692 metric tons per second, which is equivalent to 1.74 standard swimming pools. These facilities are distributed across Taipei City, New Taipei City, and Keelung City, and serve as strong front lines of flood control. From the aspect of coastal regulation, the 10th River Management Office has initiated the Coastal Environment Management Plan in low-lying areas which suffer from wave attack and seawater flooding. A riprap deformable method was adopted to release rocks and stones in the existing coastlines to create natural-like features. By reducing the energy brought by waves, we expect stabilized beaches as well as constantly functional dikes. Hence, the coastline would be held as long as possible to secure the low-lying areas. Recently, due to the effect of global climate change and rapid urbanization in the watershed, the 10th River Management Office has conducted mitigation through non-structural measures to raise public awareness. A flood control volunteer team has been organized with the cooperation of the public. They help out in the inspection and reporting of water facilities in dry seasons. During typhoon seasons, they assist in disaster reporting and evacuation. The flood control volunteer team serves as disaster prevention sentries. In addition, through the Tamsui River Hydrologic Information Center, the 10th River Management Office also adopts communication technologies to collect hydrological information, analyze, evaluate, and display, issue flood control instructions. The center enhances flood control facilities' functionality and provide the public with instant flood control information to protect people's lives and property in the greater Taipei area. Both the central and local government, with division of labor and deliberate cooperation, can effectively minimize typhoon disasters. The Tamsui River has witnessed the growth in the active water management of the greater Taipei area. With both climate and social change, it will continue to face many challenges. With the Dayu spirit, and through an open, transparent, and public participation mechanism, the 10th River Management Office has drafted professional and effective flood control plans, which also take safety, ecosystems, and landscapes into account. This new river concept not only protects the lives and property of people, but also improves overall quality of life so that residents can live happily and healthily, and a sustainable and high-quality water environment can be achieved. The fate of a city and its rivers is closely linked. Flood control is only the beginning. We still need to work together to create a happy and livable environment.